Have you ever noticed how your cat seems to have an air of royal entitlement, treating you like a slave in their kingdom? If you've ever wondered if your feline friend sees you as their personal servant, you're not alone. From waking you up at ungodly hours to demanding pristine conditions in their litter box, cats have a myriad of ways to remind us who's really in charge. Dive into these 10 hilarious signs that reveal how your cat truly thinks you're its slave, and prepare to laugh at the all-too-familiar antics that make our furry overlords so endearingly tyrannical. 1. The 3 a.m. wake-up call. Ever wondered why your cat insists on waking you up at the crack of dawn, or worse, in the middle of the night? It's because in your cat's mind, your sole purpose in life is to cater to its whims no matter the hour. Those soft paw pats on your face or incessant meows are your feline overlord's way of saying, "Rise and shine, human! I demand breakfast." This behavior isn't just about hunger, it's about control. What's truly fascinating is how precise they can be with their timing, often waking you up just moments before your alarm goes off. They seem to take a perverse pleasure in ensuring you get the least amount of sleep possible. And let's not forget the satisfaction they derive from watching you stumble around in a sleep-deprived haze, trying to appease their every demand. In those moments, it's clear who really runs the household. 2. The litter box dictator. Your cat doesn't just use the litter box, it demands a pristine throne. A single speck of dirt left for more than a few hours is unacceptable. They'll stare at you with judgmental eyes as if to say, "How dare you neglect your cleaning duties? Get to work, peasant." This attitude extends beyond mere cleanliness. It's about asserting dominance. The process becomes a daily ritual where you, the human, must swiftly and efficiently address any and all of their waste-related concerns. If you're too slow, they'll likely remind you with a strategically placed accident outside the box, just to drive the point home. 3. The food critic. If you think your cat eats anything you put in its bowl, think again. One day they love tuna, the next they turn their nose up at it. Your cat views you as their personal chef, constantly in search of a new gourmet delight to satisfy their ever-changing palate. Your cat's selective eating habits can drive you to desperation, trying out different brands and flavors in hopes of finding something that meets their approval. They have no problem rejecting food they deem unworthy, leaving you to clean up and start again. It's not just about nutrition, it's a daily reminder of who holds the power in your relationship. When they finally deign to eat something, it feels like a hard-won victory, but rest assured, they're already plotting their next demand. 4. The personal groomer. Cats are meticulous about their grooming, and sometimes they expect you to assist. Whether it's brushing their fur to their exact specifications, or giving them a little help with those hard-to-reach spots, they'll look at you with disdain if you don't meet their high standards. Human, do I have to teach you everything? Grooming sessions become a test of your dedication and attention to detail. You might think you're doing a good job, but your cat's subtle, or not-so-subtle reactions will let you know otherwise. If you're not up to the task, expect some pointed looks and maybe even a retaliatory hairball in your favorite shoes. In these moments, it's clear that your cat expects nothing less than perfection from their personal groomer. Who else but you? 5. The throne thief. Your cat firmly believes that the comfiest spot in the house belongs to them. If you find your favorite chair or bed constantly occupied by a furry ball of entitlement, it's because your cat has claimed it as their throne. Your cat understands that the best spots are prime real estate, and by occupying them, they assert their dominance over the household. When you attempt to move them, their stubborn refusal to budge, accompanied by a withering glare, makes it clear that your preferences are irrelevant. Over time, you might even find yourself avoiding certain spots altogether, resigned to sitting elsewhere while your cat luxuriates in its self-appointed kingdom. This dynamic subtly shifts the power balance in their favor, reinforcing the notion that in your shared living space, they hold the upper paw. 6. The attention seeker. Working from home? Trying to read a book? Your cat will make sure you can't concentrate on anything but them. They'll walk across your keyboard, sit on your book, or nudge your hand until you give them the undivided attention they deserve. Why are you staring at that screen? Look at me, your real priority! This relentless demand for attention is your cat's way of asserting their importance in your life. They have an uncanny ability to sense when you're deeply engrossed in something and choose that exact moment to intervene. Whether it's draping themselves across your laptop or batting at your pen, their goal is clear. You should be focusing on them, not some trivial task. This behavior highlights their belief that you exist primarily to serve their needs and entertain them. In these moments, you realize that your cat doesn't just want attention. They demand it, and they'll stop at nothing to get it. The more you try to ignore them, the more persistent they become, making it abundantly clear who truly runs the show. 7. The lap napper. As soon as you sit down, your cat decides it's the perfect time for a nap, right on your lap. It doesn't matter if you have to get up. Your cat sees you as a warm, comfortable bed. They'll stretch out and purr, fully expecting you to stay put until they're ready to move. You didn't need to go anywhere, right? This behavior turns you into a captive audience, unable to move without disturbing your feline overlord. The longer they nap, the more uncomfortable you become, but your cat remains blissfully unaware, or more likely, completely indifferent to your discomfort. They know you won't dare move and disrupt their peaceful slumber, effectively holding you hostage in your own home. This tactic ensures that you remain at their beck and call, ready to cater to their needs the moment they wake up. It's a clever way of reinforcing their control over your movements and schedule, all under the guise of a cozy, affectionate nap. 8. The door warden. Cats have an obsession with closed doors. They'll meow, scratch, and create a fuss until you open the door for them, only to decide they're not actually interested in going through. You're just there to follow their ever-changing whims. Open the door, human. No, wait, close it again. On second thought, this behavior exemplifies their capricious nature and their enjoyment of making you jump through hoops. The door game is a test of your obedience and patience, highlighting the power dynamic in your relationship. Your cat knows that each time you comply, you reaffirm your role as their servant. Even if it drives you to frustration, they remain unperturbed, watching your every move with amusement and satisfaction. This endless cycle of door opening and closing becomes a ritual of dominance, reinforcing their position as the true master of the house. 9. The toy connoisseur. Your cat expects you to provide a constant supply of new and interesting toys. They quickly tire of old ones and will look at you with disdain if you fail to entertain them. They might even bring their toys to you, demanding a play session. I've conquered this one. Fetch me a new challenge. This behavior underscores their high expectations and their belief that it's your job to keep them amused. Your cat's discerning taste in toys means that you're constantly on the lookout for the next big thing that will capture their interest. The moment they lose interest, they make it abundantly clear that your efforts are inadequate, leaving you scrambling to find new ways to entertain them. Each new toy becomes a fleeting victory in your ongoing battle to keep your demanding feline satisfied. Through this cycle, your cat reinforces their superiority, reminding you that your primary role is to cater to their entertainment needs. 10. The aloof overlord. Sometimes your cat acts like you don't exist until they need something. They'll ignore you all day, then suddenly appear when they're hungry or want to go outside. This aloof behavior is their way of reminding you that you're only there to serve their needs. I don't need you unless I do. This selective engagement highlights their independence and reinforces the power dynamic in your relationship. By alternating between indifference and demand, they maintain control over your interactions, making it clear that your presence is only valuable when it serves their purposes. This behavior keeps you on edge, always wondering when they'll need you next and reinforcing their status as the true ruler of your home. Through their calculated aloofness, your cat masterfully manipulates your emotions, ensuring that you remain a devoted servant to their whims. In the eyes of your feline friend, you are not just an owner, but a full-time servant. Their high maintenance demands and quirky behaviors are all part of the charm that makes cats such lovable and entertaining companions. So embrace your role and enjoy the hilarity of being at the beck and call of your adorable cat overlord.